Hello and welcome to Starry Dreams. Today we are going to review the movie Soni. You can catch this hidden gem of a movie on Netflix. Because Soni handles the sensitive and important topic of feminism in the most mature manner that you have rarely seen on an Indian screen. The movie portrays how much we as a society need to change and improve just to start the conversation on feminism. The movie tries to show us the side of feminism that we see in the women around us, our mothers, our sisters, our partners, ones who deserve the respect at their workplace, who deserve safety when they travel, who deserve to have a say in their family matters. This movie will ignite these conversations. Real feminism needs to be brought out at every strata of our society, and not limited to the more elite and glamorous sections only.
This movie is set in Delhi, the capital of India, and revolves around two characters. Junior police officer Soni, played by Geetika Vidya Ohlyan, and IPS officer Kalpana Umat, played by Saloni Batra. The movie's opening shot is of a girl who's cycling on a secluded road. Suddenly, a guy starts to chase her. He starts eve-teasing, and when she does not respond, he forcibly stops her. The dark deserted place emboldens him and he tries to molest the girl. They end up in a scuffle and the girl beats the guy. At the same time, a group of people are shown to be running towards them. As the scene ends, we are introduced to the girl who's none other than the protagonist, Soni. She is part of a special squad within Delhi Police which runs a tactical mission to check on the increasing incidents against women's safety. This special squad is led by Kalpana Umat, an IPS officer. This scene sets up the character outline for both the leading ladies. Soni, the junior police officer, is a no-bullshit, honest, straightforward individual. She can see through people and believes to pay someone back in their own coin. A strong lady with a low tolerance for any misbehavior and considers herself equal to any man out there. Kalpana Umat, an IPS officer who's equally strong but at the same time a more sensitive person, who sometimes lets her emotion drive her decisions. A strong follower of protocols and an advocate of letting the law run its course and take precedence. A strong leader who backs her team to the hilt but sometimes comes short due to the biases in the police department and our society. As the movie progresses, the director takes us closer to Soni. We are made a part of Soni's life as we are brought inside her house. Extensive scenes covering Soni's daily life, like a conversation with her neighboring auntie, performing daily chores, gives us a feeling that we know her. She is similar to someone we know, someone staying just next door, or maybe someone in our family. The director purposely tries to build this relationship with the main character by composing an extensive scene which is simple, calm, uncomplicated, and gives enough time for the audience to know the character. Soni's relationship with her partner is tense and less than cordial due to an unhealed incident which led them to stay separate. Soni is hurt with the way things have been between them, and somewhere this has impacted and molded her into a stronger personality. Soni's tense relationship with her partner is subtly shown in the scene where the neighboring auntie asks Soni about the shirt which has fallen from her balcony and has not been picked up for days. Soni replies to her that she would rather have the shirt stay there than to get it back home. We can see this cold equation between Soni and her partner in other scenes as well. The director also gives us a glimpse into the other main character, IPS officer Kalpana Umat. She is married to a senior IPS officer. Zooming in into her family life shows a woman who is trying to balance duty with family expectations. One having good relationships with her family members and others in general. How these two main characters interact and react to different situations is what forms the crux of the film. Both these women have different personalities, come from different strata of society, but irrespective of that, have to go through the same prejudices and biases. They have to stand up against the preconceived notions about being a woman at the workplace as well as in our society. Various scenes stand out in the movie, scenes that give us some food for thought, something to linger on, something which we as a society can start the conversation and act upon. The scene where Soni and her team are conducting random checks on drivers under influence of alcohol depicts many such societal biases that the lady cop has to face. When they catch an Air Force officer in a highly inebriated state, he starts boasting about being a higher rank Air Force officer and starts misbehaving, especially as Soni is a female officer. He tries to touch her inappropriately. This infuriates her, leading her to hitting the officer. A result of which, Soni gets reprimanded and transferred to a desk job. It shows that no matter who's at fault, most of the time, if not always, it's a losing battle for a female. In another scene, when at the police control room, Soni's colleague receives a call on the hotline. The guy is complaining about the litter near his house, which is spreading a bad odor. Knowing this is a fake call, the officer asks the guy to call the municipal office. Hearing this, the guy starts flirting with her and smartly asks her for her personal number. This scene depicts how prevalent eve-teasing is, which does not even spare our members of the society, which keeps us safe. In the scene at the restaurant, some wasted boys high on drugs misbehave with Soni and try to rape her. This provocation leads to a scuffle and arrest of the guys. Instead of being commended for her bravery, her seniors blame her righteousness on her want to be famous or her unstable family life by ignoring the wrongdoings of the guys just because they come from affluent families. When Kalpana tries to defend her actions with senior officer, she is asked not to be emotional but be practical. This gives us another reflection about the lack of empathy in our society. At the same time, it does not escape that sometimes a woman can also be the offender. This comes out during the episode at the police station where a woman lodges a fake sexual abuse complaint against her landlord just to get back at him. This is a glaring example of a woman taking undue advantage of the laws meant to protect them. Incidents like these are what adds to the struggles faced by genuine female victims. This atypical Bollywood movie throws a lot of questions back to us. 1. Why do we need a woman guard on a bus? Why are women unsafe when traveling even during the day, let alone night? Why do seniors advise an unmarried girl to put vermilion on her forehead? Do they need the support of a vermilion to keep safe when outside? The same goes for asking them to dress like a guy to keep the roving eyes away. But no male from our society has been told to do any of these similar things. As a civilized society, we should seek answers to these questions. I'm sure a genuine effort from our side will render us the solution to make it a more equitable society. On acting front, Geetika Vidya Ohlyan playing Soni's character has done an excellent job. At no moment do you feel she is out of her character. Her mannerism, her language is so apt to the written character that you feel only she could have done justice to it. A strong-headed, no-nonsense girl, but at the same time, a girl whom you have known or as a next-door girl is played to the hilt by Geetika. There are a couple of scenes where you can see how strong an actor she is. The initial scene at the police station where she is dealing with the woman and her husband trying to frame the landlord, or the scene where her partner comes home after a long time and they try to address their past grievances. Her expression and dialogue delivery is on the top order. Also, the reaction she gives when her police officer brushes off the flirting attempt from the fake caller as a harmless everyday event is simply awesome. Saloni Batra also played the character of Kalpana Ummat with the same commitment and confidence. Even though she has fewer scenes to her credit, she effortlessly plays the character of an IPS officer who's emotional, sensitive, polite, but at the same time strong and righteous. Her body language complements the character written for her. We can see her acting chops in the standoff scene with her husband, the senior IPS officer who blames her for arresting guys who were consuming drugs and misbehaving. Attempt to put her case across her seniors, but in return getting advice to be less emotional and more practical and prudent of her juniors' act is aptly shown in her expression and distraught body language. The movie is directed by Ivan Iyer. Soni is Ivan's first film and he has kept the movie understated, straight and as real as possible. He has shot the scenes intelligently, letting the audience enter the main character's life, touch her and make her one of their own. As an audience, there is a sense of connection as we move through each frame. It gives us the impression of knowing the place, the characters, the situation, making them factual and real for you. It will make you question the presumptions we make and biases we have, especially against women. It is an excellent first attempt from Ivan, and I'm sure we will wait for his next venture with great anticipation. We should also applaud the casting team for their commendable job in selecting the right actors who fit each character to the T. This is not your typical Bollywood movie with songs and dancing sequences and some abrupt plot being thrown in. It is a movie for someone who enjoys independent movies with the same enthusiasm as one who will enjoy the mainstream movie. This movie is sure to receive a standing ovation for the way it handles a sensitive topic, keeping it as close to reality and its attempt to show a mirror to the society and make the audience question how we shape our society and start conversations to make it more equitable. I will give it 8 stars out of 10, a must watch. So go and catch it on Netflix.